Okay, well, my converted chuck glider is ready for its maiden launch. I get nervous before every maiden launch, no matter how many I do, and I have done quite a few because I have had some maiden launches go horribly wrong. But anyway, we'll find out if I did good or if I did bad. We'll find out if this thing's going to fly well, if it's going to fly poor, or if it's going to be a keeper or not. I don't know how much tuning I will have to do. I think that with these BetaFPV motors, you know, with them being 10 grams heavier than the 1306s I wanted to put on it, I think it's going to be a little nose heavy. I've got my battery pushed back as far as it will go, but I would be surprised if it wasn't significantly nose heavy right off the bat. So I have dialed in a little positive trim on the elevator just to be on the safe side. So anyway, I'll meet you out at the field. We have a wind forecast this morning for 4 to 7. Hopefully closer to 4. But let's take it out and throw it in the air and see what we have. I'll see you out at the field.
Okay, are we ready to perform the maiden launch of our converted chuck glider? Looks like I got balloon gas coming out this morning. Alright, let's see what we have. I've got it in stabilization mode. Alright, launching. Whoa, that took off nicely. Let's see what kind of control authority we've got here. It looks like it's going to have good slope flight capability. It looks like I've got plenty of rudder. I'm keeping a little altitude since this is the first time it has been in the air. And I got traffic coming through this morning, just as soon as I launch it. Okay. Need a little trim work on it. Seems to be maintaining its attitude just fine. But drifting to the left ever so slightly. That's better. Alright, if we get these vehicles through here, I might be able to actually come in a little closer. Check that out. I've got my timer set for 5 minutes. I don't know how much time I'm going to get on this little 2S LiPo with this power system. I launched it at about 45% throttle. Trying to keep it out of the sun. Make sure we can turn right with it. Yeah, with the rudder I'm able to make some pretty tight turns with it. Yeah, that spins around nicely with the rudder. I think I'm going to like the amount of rudder authority that I have on it. Yeah, and that's in beginner mode. Okay, so let's put it in wind mitigation mode. Okay, we've got it in wind mitigation mode now. Looks like we're climbing just a little bit. I thought it was going to be really, really nose heavy. And I have a little bit of down angle in the motors. I'm going to come through here in a minute and see what kind of elevator authority we have. It doesn't have real big control surfaces on the elevator. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have plenty of elevator authority, it looks like. Alright, let's see if we can slow it back down a little bit. And let's see what we can do with it real quick. Whoa, loops are not a problem. Okay, so now we've got some altitude. Let's check out what our roll rate is. Oh, that's kind of lethargic. That is a lot less roll rate than I thought I was going to have. Let's see to the right. Looks like it has better to the right. Maybe it had a little more speed there. That wasn't a bad roll rate for a 1 meter glider. Let's get a little more speed up and do it to the left again. I'm not getting as much to the left. I'm going to have to check my linkage. Maybe I'm off on my linkage somewhere. I'm starting to get my haptic already. But it looks like rolls, split S maneuvers, loops are not going to be a problem. Let me check over here and see what kind of traffic we've got. Alright, we got trucks over here. Right in the middle of the lane. Alright, let me put it back into beginner mode. There we go. Let's see if I can get it on the ground here before I get to them. Whoa, that was squirrely coming in. I woke up just a little bit too much and then had to kick the throttle. But she's on the ground and she's in one piece. And I didn't see any bad tendencies out of it, guys. I would call that a successful maiden launch and maiden flight. So let's go over here and check how much juice we've got in that pack. I was cruising around at about 40% throttle most of the time. I could have cruised around at less throttle. I think 30-35% throttle, you're going to be able to cruise around with this power system. So let's see how much juice we have left in our battery. It has a ton of power. When I did that loop, I was about 70-75% throttle when I performed that loop. That was pretty awesome. Okay, let me see. Hopefully I can get this, show you on this. Oh, I am surprised. 3.7, 3.7, 3.7. So 3.7 volts left in each cell, a little bit over 3.7 volts in each cell. It looks like I had 10 seconds left on the timer. I felt my haptic. I must have my haptic set for 20 seconds. I felt my haptic, and so I went ahead and brought it around to land because I didn't know how well these little batteries were going to hold up to this power system. But I'm very happy with the results. Obviously I've got some tweaking to do, some adjustments to do. I definitely want to get the roll rate look good to the right. I must be getting more deflection to the right than I am to the left. So I need to investigate that. It looks like I've got plenty of rudder. I got plenty of elevator. I just need to work on the roll to the left. And then I'll be happy with it. It seemed, after putting a little trim in it, it seemed like it was tracking really, really well. So I guess I got the airframe straightened out enough that it's not making it, crab or anything like that. And it looks like the motors, the down angle and the motors, I think are going to work. I forgot that when I launched it, I had a little positive elevator in it because I thought it was going to be really, really nose heavy. That doesn't seem to be the case. So I'll take that trim out of the elevator before I launch it next time, and then I'm betting that the thing is going to be handling nice and straight and maintain its altitude at cruising speed. But I'm extremely happy that this project turned out the way it did. You never know the first time you let go of one to throw it in the air exactly how it's going to work out. So it looked very, very stable in wind mitigation mode. Now I'll also be doing some flights in full manual mode. I like to do my flights in full manual mode when I'm fine-tuning to get everything fine-tuned, and then you can use the gyro. So anyway, stay tuned for more flights on this, especially after I get it tuned out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air